name's Dr. Frank Michalski. I'm a chiropractor located in Buffalo, New York. It's very cold in Buffalo for those of our viewers who don't know where that is. So we've had a practice now. This is our 6th year in practice, and we started working with CBD BioCare probably about a year and a half ago. I personally had success with CBD BioCare for neuropathic pain, so numbness and tingling in the hands and the feet. Once I realized how well it worked, I figured this is something that I have to start to share with my patients. So slowly, I started to look into the research when it came to CBD oil, and it fit our practice model really, really well. We're not your traditional chiropractic office. Most people think of chiropractic and they think of crack your back in and out the door. We are affiliated with a pretty large wellness facility in the area. So we provide typical chiropractic care, decompression therapy, cold laser therapy, but we also do a lot with wellness. So we do a lot with exercise rehabilitation. We do a lot with nutrition, focusing on helping people get out of pain using anti-inflammatory diets, using exercise, using supplements. For those of our viewers who are familiar with it, we are certified in something called functional medicine, which just tries to look at the body as a whole. Instead of saying you just have back pain, let's just focus on that one area of pain. We try and look at the body as a whole. So as you could imagine, CBD oil for me was really a natural fit because, as we're going to be discussing, it kind of addresses the body as a whole. So it's a little bit about what we do here. We're a multifunctional clinic. I actually found you guys online. You guys popped up with some of the best consumer reviews that were out there. And realistically, what do people do these days? They look at consumer reviews, right? I worked in supplements for 9 years before I connected with you guys. I worked at a vitamin store part-time when I was in school. And really, one of our best gauges for products was feedback from the consumers, from the customer. And you guys, quite frankly, were the first ones to pop up. And I started working with you. I saw instant results, and there was really no need for me to turn back at that point. Once I learned more and more about your product and the quality of it, the third-party testing, domestically grown, organically grown, the dosages and the concentrations that you had, I noticed very quickly that your product wasn't watered down with other carrier oils, with other ingredients. So it was a good fit. So when I first started working with you guys, and I didn't know much about it. I knew it, I wasn't scared of it. So I was like, I'll take it. I don't have a problem with that. I found over time, it was awesome for sleep, pain control, everything. And I was like, wow, this is really working well for me. And maybe over a period of, let's say, 5 or 6 months, I was taking the same dose and it just didn't seem to have the same effect. The pain was still under control. Energy seemed to go down a little bit. I was like, it doesn't seem to be the same. I actually reached out to your company. This is early on. This was probably, like I said, about a year and a half ago. I was like, hey, do you guys have some advice? It seems to be a little different. And the advice was start to take less. And when you look at the research, that makes sense because taking CBD oil helps your body make more of its own cannabinoids, right? So in theory, if you're taking it, over time, your body should be producing more of its own naturally. So you should need to take less and less of the CBD oil. And I can say I had that experience. And many of our patients have that experience. And that's a key point because they're so excited to be taking it. We sometimes tell them, listen, I actually think a little less is actually what you need at this point. They're like, oh, I don't want to take less. It's like, it's okay. It's working. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing. We're on the right track. And then they do. And, I think the hope is that eventually people need a really, really small dose. Or, I would have nothing wrong if someone said, hey, it worked. It did its job. And I feel good now until next time.